Hello, better sheetsers. Still working on that name. Welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to actually make a copy of Doc's virtual mall. We're going to create another virtual mall. And in this one, we're going to make it for newsletters, newsletter writers. So if you're not familiar with, if you have a newsletter and you're watching this, great, and you're not part of Newsletter Geeks, you should definitely join. It's done by Nest Labs here. Anne Laurie of Nest Labs has created Newsletter Geeks as a Telegram group. You can go to this website, nestlabs.com/newsletter-geeks. It's invite only, so you got to go DM her. But here's some more information about it. It's about 300 of us newsletter writers, creators, curators, and I thought let's make a virtual mall for newsletters, because actually, funny enough, when I created Doc's virtual mall with Doc Williams, go check his YouTube channel out. He does Build With Me every Wednesday night. One of these levels is newsletters, and I thought, what would happen if we made the entire mall newsletters? We can make this sort of one theme throughout and then have on each level sort of different types of newsletters perhaps, but we'll get into that later. We're going to make a copy. I'm going to tell you how you can do this too. You'll see all of the steps, because you can make a virtual mall as well. You are more than welcome to make a virtual mall for your business or for your group or any type of theme you want. Go ahead, you can go to docsvirtualmall.com and check this one out. And then what you need to do is go up to File and make a copy. We're going to make a copy. I'm going to call it Newsletter Geeks Virtual Mall. Okay. You're just going to want to make a copy. I'm actually going to close that one, and I'll show you around this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of sort of all the bits and pieces, show you what is left and how it works. But also, we're going to change up the theme. When I built Doc's virtual mall, I made it in his sort of colors, his theme. We talked a lot about Elliot's virtual mall because it is a theoretical descendant or a spiritual descendant of Elliot's virtual mall. But now Newsletter Geeks virtual mall should take on its own form, own shape, own colors. But why I brought up Newsletter Geeks here in Nest Labs is I wanted to copy the colors as much as possible from Nest Labs and get some interesting sort of notes about it. You can see it's sort of very minimalist, very specific, nice, even lines, icons too. We'll try to put as much personality from Nest Labs into this as possible. But what we have here is we just have to change things around a little bit. I'm gonna retype this. So if you are a newsletter writer, you can claim a storefront here. Let me do this. So Newsletter Geeks Mall. It's a spiritual descendant of Elliot's virtual mall, created by Better Sheets. If you are you're watching this first, I dropped this for Better Sheets members. If you are not a Better Sheets member yet, go check it out. It's on AppSumo as of today. I don't know if you're going to watch this in months or years, if it'll still be on AppSumo. But right at this moment, while I'm making this video, you can purchase Better Sheets on AppSumo. So every level is filled with stores and goods to buy, which will be actually wrong. We'll filled with newsletters to subscribe to. Cool. There's something here. Let me just delete that. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. But actually, we want to make this a little bit wider. I'm gonna make it just a tiny bit wider. Let's copy and paste that over here, because it's going to say, oh, you want to Put everything in the top left. Are you sure? Okay, we're sure. There is a Loom video already here of how to claim a store. I might leave that. I don't know. We might replace it with another shorter Loom video on how to claim a store. Definitely want to rename this newsletter Geeks Virtual Mall. Before we get too far, I'm just going to double check because I know I made a copy, but I just want to double check that we have you're not changing the wrong one. Docs Virtual Mall. That's happened before. I've definitely edited the wrong doc. It's always good to be sure. Okay, yeah, we're on the fine. So if you go to docsvirtualmall.com, it's Docs is still there, and this is newsletter Geeks Virtual Mall, which I don't know where you're going to be able to find this. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll have the link in the description. If you're watching in Better Sheets, I'll have the link down below this video. If you are a Newsletter Geeks member, you're probably watching this from the Telegram group itself, so welcome. Let's pick out some colors. So I already took a screenshot. I'm going to go grab, what do? I go image, color, images, color picker. There we go. Always use this just to grab a few colors right away. I'm going to upload that screenshot. Where is it? And I think it's just going to be stark black, but I wonder what this like gray in the background is. If it is, it's definitely, oh, fa fa fa. And this is probably, yeah, 000. So we have fa 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 as the hex code. We're definitely going to use that. Let's change all of this background to fa fa fa. I don't know. It could be a Psycho Killer from Talking Heads. It could be fa 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 fa. So let's change that to. Let's change this color to black, and we're definitely going to change this outline to black, and this text as well to black. Give it that Newsletter Geeks look. What is this font? So we could go here. Let me try to figure out what this font is. We can inspect it. See if you have a font picker, it might be easier to go to your font. I'm gonna see if I can find it here. This is probably boring. You probably want to work in Google Sheets, but so I'm gonna pause the video and I'll be right back. All right, we figured out it is Noto Sans. So that's probably not going to be it. Blackhand Sans. I don't think it's in here. Let's see. N-O, nope. It is not in here. More fonts. Let's just see quickly if it's in the Google Fonts library. Monotone. So we do have this Roboto Mono. That looks pretty close. Let's try that. So we don't have Noto Sans. I can also just, I'm going to pause again and try to see if there's some equivalent, or we can also look if this Nest Labs up here is a different one. Nope, still Noto Sans, all uppercase. So we'll try to find a clean looking one. We will definitely change this to uppercase. There we go. So that's all uppercase. We want to make it a little smaller. We definitely want to. Oh wait, we got Roboto Mono. Mono. Let's do one more thing here. Let's see if we can bold it. Yeah, that looks nice. Newsletter Geeks Virtual Mall. Enter the elevator here. This still works. We're gonna change. We're gonna take the exact same change over here. Change this to this white text black. Start black. Change this to Roboto Mono. Newsletter Geeks is. Let's put this all in one line. Actually, I'm going to delete this because it's just a little too much. I'll keep this down here. I'll probably change this to keep it all in that theme. I'm using Command U to take out the underline here. But that's still a link there. So yeah, we're just cleaning up the fonts here. There we go. One more here. Change this to about a moment. There we go. And leave that as an underline so you know that's a link. Cool. So this looks and feels more like the Nest Labs page, Newsletter Geeks. We also have all of these levels, but the thing is, they are all based on the same level. And how I built this is that you can enter these this information here, and we'll read whatever is level 1, level 2. We can actually change it up here. So we can delete, let's just delete each of these levels. So this is something you can do as well if you're going to go and create your own virtual mall. So I would say just go in, delete everything except level 1. And we're going to then change level 1's look and feel, just the text and the color. And then we're going to copy it and make some other sort of themed levels. So we're going to just delete. We're going to delete everything except for level 1 and the food court. We're going to leave the food court as well, and we're just going to change the look and feel of that. And I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back, and all we have left is level 1 and food court, so we've deleted all the other pages. What we're going to do now is I'm going to very quickly, actually I'm going to pause the video. I'm just going to change the text color and the text font, and then the background color of this mall. Probably change it to a green. Actually, I noticed something on here on Newsletter Geeks is there is another green. There's another color up here, this green. So I just want to sort of take that as inspiration and use that green in a couple places. So I'm going to use that probably in the anywhere there's a link. I think I'm going to change it to this green to share that feeling, right? That is the feeling when you get to Nest Labs. That is the feeling that you want when you click on a button here for some reason. I'm just going to copy this, and we're going to go back to our, let's go back to our first page, our parking lot, and change this, how to claim, actually change, enter the elevator. That's a link. That is our link. Let's try first this. Oh, that's nice. That is cool, yeah. That looks awesome. Change this to white, because I think that is also what this button is. Yeah, white, all caps, so we do want to do that as well. And so to do all caps, we're just going to use the upper, just do it really quickly, upper, there we go, into the elevator, all caps. We can also change this text. I will do that just for fun. So, because that's a link. That's a link down there too, just to keep that theme. Then, what we don't want to change anything on the elevator because I think the food court link will still work. All of these, we will come back and change these names once we come up with some themes for these newsletters. The one thing we definitely need to do is go fix this. So, okay, so I'm going to actually come back. I'm going to do this because it's going to be a little, take a few minutes, really boring stuff. I'm just going to change this to this beige, I think, and then the text, this black. So that's all I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it all around here, all of the little bits and bobs, and I'll be right back. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Actually, that was very quick. I can actually do it here for you because it's super quick. So all I did was change this background, change this text black, then went here, change this background, and now I'm just going to use Command Y, which means I get to redo it, and I do it again and again, and I can do it as many times. It just redoes the last thing I did, and there it is. That's all it took. Okay, so no one's claimed these tables. The food court allows people, so what the food court does at a mall is allows people to hang out, right? You put up a link, you hang out, and then they go away after 24 hours. So what happens is you can come here if you are a newsletter writer or you're interested in newsletters, maybe Yarrow from Newsletter Crew or someone who is going to run some kind of community of newsletters or wants to host something around newsletters or for newsletters or about newsletters. Come here, claim a table, literally just put in a link, maybe a Zoom link, a little description, and say, hey, we'll be meeting at 5 p.m. on Eastern time on this day. And these links will stay up for about 24 hours, it says here, 24 hours. What we have to do next, because we have stuff here, right? We're going to change the text, but I want to show you how to clear this up. So literally all we're going to do is select all these, and we're just going to delete them. I know, isn't that crazy? Delete those rows. And now we go back to our launch, and everything, oh, I had changed that. This is going to be white as well. This white. So now everything is in its basic state. We just want to change the text. I'm going to take all of this, change it from consolas, I think that's what it's called, to robotomono. I want to change this also to upper, just to keep that theme alive. Upper, and put in the quotes. I could also retype it, but for this purpose I won't. So now, what you can do is if you come to this page, any of these pages, I'm going to actually rename this level 1, because I don't know what it's going to be called yet. I'm going to go back to food court. If there's anything here and you make your own, you can do the same thing. You can just delete it. Level 1, what should level 1 be? Well, first off, just to show you how it works, so since you're coming here. Okay, so first I'm going to show you how to claim a storefront, if you're watching this. But plus, I'm going to show you how to create another level. So let's claim this store. I'm going to use Better Sheets because it is a newsletter. Okay, now what I need is I just need an image. So I'm going to right click over here, copy image address, and the name of the store is Better Sheets, Google Tip, Google Sheets, so daily Google Sheets, tutorials. URL is actually, the URL is going to be bettersheets.substack.com. The image URL, so this needs to be, we have to do HTTPS. There we go. Enter an already hosted image URL. So what I did is I went to my Substack, I went to my logo here, and I right-clicked copy image address. That's it, just right-click, copy image address. And I go here, back to my claim your storefront, and I paste that here. I don't need to change the level number or the store number as I claim, when I claim anything, because that'll automatically be there. So let's see if it worked. It didn't work yet, but maybe it takes a moment to show up. Or, oh, you know what? I know exactly why it's not working. So this is actually really important to do, is these URLs. Okay, so, oh no, okay, this is really funny. I didn't even really expect this until I'm so glad I'm doing this. There's one thing I didn't expect to happen, and let me just fix it right now because everyone's going to need to do this. So what you need to do is you need to change this URL. This URL actually links to the last URL you that it was. So this is Doc's Virtual Mall. All right, so let's create a settings tab. We're going to create this, so probably want to use this one, and what we're going to do is URL. So what we need is this URL here, and we need to we're going to take that off. So it's just the URL of the sheet. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all of the what is this called? All of the URLs point here, and it'll be a B1. Okay, so you won't have to change this if you copy the newsletter Geeks Virtual Mall. You don't have to. You only have to go to settings and change this URL here for the URL that exists. I hope this makes sense. But let's go to level 1. We are gonna double click in here, and we want to concatenate. And I'm going to just take all of this out up to view form, and add here. We're going to do settings, what not B1. Okay, and then I'm going to do. Now I'm going to copy and paste this. Oh, I know I have to hold that because it'll change. Okay, that's easy. Put a couple $signs in front of B1, B and 1, and see now. Oops. I'm going to paste that here, there, there, and each of these. And now, let's claim this store. Let's try it again. Let's see how this goes. So, page not found. Sorry, we're not able. So, this is cool. You're going to be able to see some interesting... this is why. Because our entry numbers are also wrong, probably. Oh, very interesting. Okay, so in setting this up, I needed to create... Oh, no, it's not this. It's not this sheet. Oh, we need to put in this form address. The form address is what we need to do. Oh my god, I forgot how to set this up. Okay, so this URL is not actually the sheet. Sorry. This URL is the form. I forgot to do that. Good thing you're watching the entire video. So we go to store, go to form, edit form, and what you'll notice, now I realize this. This says copy of test, claim your store in Docs Mall. I'm going to now change this to newsletter Geeks Mall. This is very important. Claim your store, delete all of that. Claim your storefront in newsletter Geeks Mall. I guess that should be virtual mall. Okay, now, this is so important. Now, what we do is go to their more, these 3 buttons to the right of send. We go get pre-filled link. We need this desperately. This is exactly what we need. We need to choose a level number. Just choose any 1 and 1 and get link. We're going to get this link. We have it now. Share this link to include pre-filled responses. Copy that link. Okay. Now we got it. So we have all of this. What we need first is obviously this URL without the view form. So let's go back to our sheet. Go to our settings tab. And we're going to paste that there. Entry. Let's do level entry. Store entry. And so we're going to put that there, and I'll fix this in a second, and you'll learn how to do this. We want to go back to, we need to figure out which one is which. Okay, so I think the one on the, I want to guess that the one on the left is the level, and the one on the right is the store, but let's not guess, let's actually find out what it is. So what we do is just change this to 2. So we know, okay, this is store, whatever's 2 is this entry, and whatever 1 is this entry. So let's get that link. We need to copy it. And close some tabs. Copy this. I don't want to go to it. Okay, so it was it. So the left one is the level. So let's go back to our store level entry. We're going to copy and paste that there. And we have our store entry is this one. Okay, cool. We don't need anything else here. Okay, we're going to put that there. And now we go back to our level 1. Now this is pretty darn simple. In our URL, we have these entries. And these are hard-coded in here right now because I had just set up only one mall. But now you're going to be maybe copying this mall, maybe creating a mall of your own. And so we're going to actually make this dynamic. We're going to take this out. F1 is the level. So it's here. And end quotes, comma, settings. And I can't remember what it was. I think it was B3. B3. And then comma, quote, and have that equal sign. We want that. So settings B3. We want the B and the 3 to be hard-coded in there. And then let's go double check that. B2. It was B2 for the level. Okay. Good thing I checked. Okay, so we go back to B3, change this to B2. And now this, actually just for quickness, we're going to copy that. And this entry, we're going to do the same. Paste that. Need that quote. Need that quote. And now this will be B3. Okay, so B2 is the entry number of the level. Settings B3 is the entry number of the store. Cool. So now, just before we copy and paste it everywhere, let me double check that this is correct. And it should be 1 and 1. Should automatically choose these. There we go, 1 and 1. And are we on the right one? We're claim your storefront in Newsletter Geeks Mall. We are in the right mall, and we are on the right level in the right store, and that will automatically be put in there. So we just copy and paste this around. There's 8 stores here. And let's just double check that this is store 7 on level 1. Let's take a moment to wait for it. Yep, level 1, store 7. And if we want to duplicate this, and we will in a second, we just change the level number up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are available based on what is in the elevator. So first you have to put an elevator button in, and then you have to create the level. So let's do this. Let's create a level. Duplicate. Now, I'm probably going to, after I finish this video, go and talk to the Newsletter Geeks people, the Newsletter Geeks themselves. I'll have them give some theme events. So if you're watching this video after you've seen the Newsletter Geeks virtual mall, then you'll probably see a bunch of different themes. But this is how I make each of the levels. And we can essentially make infinite amount of levels. Like maybe. Not infinite, but you don't want a bunch. But I'm going to just do, let's see, dailies, maybe? I don't know. Dailies. I don't know. What are some, this is not going to be them, but I'm just going to write some stuff here. Everything's a newsletter, so we don't need that. But what we do then is we will change this. This is level 1. This is Command K. Make sheets in this spreadsheet. And we're just going to reassign these. 2 is here, so we need to reassign it. Because we deleted it before, so the link that was there before is deleted. We just have to go back in and make the link again, apply. And I just like to make the text here also, just in case a user comes in here and thinks they can also touch the button, press the word here. So we're going to do Command U to clean up the underline. Change this to white. change this to black. Do that as well. And then also what I want to do, just to keep it all on theme, I'm going to change this text font. There we go. That remains on theme. Oh, I can also make this all caps. So that also will go away. That, yeah, we have to reapply this link. Okay, so a lot of little tiny stuff, but you'll see probably different stuff here anyway. So I won't go into the other ones. The food court we will fix actually also because we have to fix it in the same way. So the food court is a different form. The food court, we also have to, what else do we have to do? We have to fix this URL. And so I will do that right now. So you'll see this all again. So we have a form here. Let's go to edit form. Copy of. So what we want to do is, this is newsletter Geeks. That looks weird. Let's try that again. Newsletter Geeks. There we go. And we're going to change the name here. And so we need the level and table here. So we're going to do the more. We're going to look for get pre-filled link. We are going to do also, we definitely need, this needs to be food court. And then this is going to be 1. We will definitely be able to see that. Copy link. Okay, so we have our link here. We have our entry, but first I'm going to grab the form URL. I'm going to go back to our settings. I'm going to label this food court URL. That there. Level entry. Whoop, I must click something. Oh, it must be reloading. Okay. So all we're going to do is copy the level entry and store entry name. And put that there. Okay, so we want to go back to our URL. We want to go to the far right where it says food court. We're going to take entry. I'm going to put that. We can actually close these. We'll be testing them in a minute. Copy that for the level entry, and then the table entry is this. Okay, so we have our settings done. Go back to our food court. And same with the level 1, what we did is we went to this URL. I'm going to go in a little so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so instead of having this big, long hyperlink, delete that. And add in front of it settings. What was the, I'm going to guess, but then I'll go check. It was B4. And then this was, oh, here we go. Oh, I see. This is not a concatenate. I was just using and here. So we just have to do that. It's fine. We're going to do end quotes and 2 ands actually, end quotes. And then put in here settings. I'm going to guess again B5, but we'll go back and check. And then for entries. So this is another way to concatenate. You can use the formula concatenate, or you can use the ampersand here. So not there. There's the entry. So we 2 quotes, and then, nope, we don't need that, 2 ands. That's it. And in between, what is this? Settings, B6. And you know that you have you don't know if you have the exact one correct, but you do know when you have a correct spelling of a sheet and the place because it changes colors, right? Okay, so we have B4, B5, B6 of settings. Let's just double check that that's what it is. B4, B5, B6, correct. So our food court, and then also let's just double check that this link works. It does not work at all. All right, let's fix it. So we need, what is wrong with this link? We might need a little slash at the end. That might be it. Let's see if that was it. That was it? Okay, so we have newsletter, Geeks, virtual mall, food court. We know we're on the right form. We know it says food court, table 1. Perfect. Now, all we need to do is, I'm remembering this now, add $signs in front of the B, in front of the 4. We're going to also do it on this B and 5 and this B and 6. Every other thing here we want to move appropriately. Yes, and we're just going to copy and paste that into each of these cells. Now what this does is it allows anyone to come here and claim a table for, I guess, a meetup or a Zoom or a group. I'll throw a Facebook group in here just to test it out. We do definitely want to test this out before we release it to the geeks. Let's just claim this one. I have a Facebook group. If you are wondering, Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/I love Google Sheets. So this is Better Sheets Facebook group. Come join the fun. URL is there, and that's all we need. Yeah, that's just the name. So you might want to put a description of when or what your event is, if it is an event. And now we see Better Sheets Facebook group. Come join the fun. So this works. And are we going to go back and test this? We definitely want to test this. So let me go back. So again, if you're watching this and you are a newsletterer, then this is how you should go about finding, especially if you're on Substack. This is easy. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to claim my storefront. I'm going to call it Better Sheets. Daily Google Sheet tutorials. URL is bettersheets.substack.com. And the image URL is here, copy image address. So we will put that. And again, level 1, store 3, submit. We don't have to change that. That's the cool part of having a pre-filled thing. Again, we claim your storefront in Newsletter Geeks Mall. We have, and there it is. There's our image. There's our link. Let's double check that our link works. Great. You can come here. I've created a number guessing game. Here's links to the virtual food court. I added a virtual food court to the mall. Here's the original I got when I built the mall. And a bunch of other awesome tutorials on how to make Google Sheets. All right, what else do we need to do? Okay, we are done because we have actually made this much easier for someone to come in and copy. So if you are looking to copy this, this is all you have to do. You have to go to File, make a copy. Then when you make a copy, you need to go to the Settings page here and fill in the correct form URL for your stores and the correct food court URL for your food court. You can also delete the food court if you don't want to have hangouts. If you don't want those teens messing around in your food court. But I honestly recommend it. It gives somebody something to do right away instead of just go and purchase something, right? That's the idea of a mall, right? It's a lot of different things. You have some events. You have some teenagers hanging out. You go shop with your friends. You go shopping, but you also go and have some activities. But you're also going to have to to change out these entry numbers. These will definitely change when your form changes. As I showed you earlier in this video, so go back and look if you didn't catch it. I showed you how to get this entry number. You have to create a pre-filled link to your form. So you'll create your form, you will rename it just so you double check and you know your users will, your users will know they're on the right form, because the form will say the name of the virtual mall you were creating. And if you are the mall baron or the mall czar, if you are creating the mall for a group of people, what I recommend is I actually recommend making a Loom video like this and putting it at the beginning and saying, hey, if you want to claim a store, go ahead and do it like this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you claim a spot in the Newsletter Geeks virtual mall. Bye.